my mom wanted to commit suicide. Like the whole world just like fell into pieces. And this was wake-up call. After that, I promised myself to not hold grudges and to forgive person, because you never know.
What would be one of your greatest life lessons, or like, yeah, what would be one of your greatest life lessons? Maybe even in relation to what you said when you're confronted with other people outside, like.
Yeah, it is said that one of your first gurus is your parents, and for me it was definitely mother, because we had a crazy relationship, like because of the quite strong divorce that my parents went through, and then I moved with my mother and my grandmother and grandfather into one big house in the village, and Slovenian village is not very spiritual place, so it was a lot of conflicts. It was a lot of, not that I was perfect son, of course, but we really.
Well, I don't doubt that. Wouldn't believe you if you would tell me.
I was difficult, but also it took 18 years constant fights, everyday fights with mother, like with my mom. It was just it was unbearable. Like at some point I know that she couldn't bear it anymore. I couldn't, because it was just too much. It was just like, it was every little thing, it was just like triggering you, and just like if I breathed too loud, like she was getting nervous. If she was like talking something, I was getting nervous, and it was just like living in one house. And I accused her a lot of things. She accused me a lot of things, and it was definitely hardest times of my life, because
probably of her also.
Definitely. Like when I speak back to her, I think it was. And then it came to the point when she kicked me out 2 days after I become 18 years old.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, you know what, like, chalo.
Done with you.
Yeah, so there was, like for me, I remember it was a shock, because she was threatening me a lot, but I didn't really thought that she's gonna do it. But as it happened, like, of course, it escalated to a place when she has to come to the police station, like in the middle of the night. So that's why this was just too much. Like it was too much.
Wait, I don't understand this now. Like, just let me check here that you don't mess up with the mic. Amateur.
So yeah, I had another greatest part of my history, but I had a fight it was the big tent, and there was a party
Okay.
going on,
Okay.
and I had a.
After she kicked you out?
No, before. That was the climax.
Okay.
That was the climax. So I had a fight, like I was thinking it's not a big deal, like, because I had many fights before, but this one was
won?
more official. I wouldn't say so, like.
Okay, never mind. We don't want to know that.
Yeah,
we don't want to know that.
I tried, okay. I was too small, but okay. And then she just came to the police station, and she was like, you know what, like, that's finished.
Child gives me so much worries.
Yeah, and she just like, you know, go live to your father, which was in the different city. So basically I went, my father accepted me. It was great, and but I always, like, coming back to the question, what is the greatest lesson? I always had a grudge towards her. Like, I never forgive her for what she's done to me, like, because it was also as a child was quite hard, and my feeling was always like she gave up on me. Like, that was my feeling. Like
the love of the mother, what you seek.
Yeah, like, like we are all seeking love, and at that point she was also source of this love, but at some point it was just, yeah, I felt like rejected and betrayed, in a sense. So after that, I never really called her for 2 years. She never called me. And after 2 years, I was kind of start to live in my dreams. Yeah, I was in the one training for the companies, like with all this, how to say, people who want to start a business, and then we were there, and I was kind of start to live in my dream. I know that in some time I'm gonna open the company, and everything was great, and I was like becoming somebody, like so. And suddenly one afternoon, I remember the phone call. I got it from his mom's boyfriend, and he told me that my mom wanted to commit suicide. And then it was just like the whole world just like fell into pieces. And he told me the story that it was basically, she was desperate. She didn't know what to do in her life, and she took the liquor and closed the window and put the gas from the car, and like, she went somewhere in the nature where nobody can find
forest,
her. Yeah, some like really distant forest, and she wrote also the letters, goodbye letters to me and to grandparents. And after that, like I said, like it's something really switched inside of me. But this story has had nice ending, because actually sent by the God, one student who was just wandering there, like it was really distant place. I was there once, and it's nobody around, like 10 kilometers, nothing. And for some reason there was one student there who just saw the scene, and he just break the window and save her lives basically in last second.
Wow.
So after that, I realized that I would never get rid of this regret, like, because
the regret of not forgiving her.
Exactly, and not having relationship with her, because nevertheless, no differences between us. She was still my mother, and she was doing her best. Like that's something that I know, but I didn't know back then. And this was wake-up call for me. And after that, I promised myself to not hold grudges and to forgive person, because you never know. Like you never know what is going to happen.
Through.
Yeah, and this almost cost me, like, almost cost her life, but it's almost cost me like lifetime regret. And I knew that, and I still know till that time, till this day, that I would just regret this.
Regret that you
didn't forgive her.
That you didn't forgive her.
Yeah.
And what was if you would have to say, what would be the part which led you to forgive her? Like, what is the thinking behind, I lose that person, that's why I forgive her? Like, what? Because you felt again that love which you actually have
for her. Yeah, that was the moment that I realized that no matter what, I love her, like from bottom of my heart. That was just, that was wake-up call for me, and it was also a turning point in my life. And I realized how much I love her, no matter what. And after that, I'm just sad that it has to come so far. Like that sometimes, like it really comes so far that someone almost lose a life. And the saddest thing was for me that she has to be desperate, because I know my mom, like she's a fighter, she's not somebody who will easily gives up, but I wasn't there for her, not even listen to her, not even like give her a like shoulder to, because she gave me so much
support.
Yeah, she gave me so much support and shoulder, and she was taking care of me like since I was small, and I wasn't there. And I think this was...
It's a little bit like when we can't forgive somebody, the whole focus is on us and how much we are hurt and how much we are not supported and how much we have been treated ill and whatever, but we are not thinking what our contribution is, because like you say, in that moment you see how desperate she is, how unwell she is, how little support she has, how like...
Yeah, exactly. Like she was in much worse situation than me. So that's all at the time.
So one last sentence, if you would have to share one inspiration with somebody who might watch this, what would it be?
I would just like wish, not even give advice because I'm not in position to give advices, but just to wish everybody to forgive everybody, because I think that this grudge and anger is one of the most heavy weights that we are carrying in our life, and we can get rid of this in a second, and it doesn't have to come to this situation that we are forced to see in that way. That
or miss the opportunity.
Exactly.
And how we get there? By remembering how much we love the person.
Exactly. And not to think of just ourselves and just think of your beloved one.
Thank you very much. Jagadpatidasananda.
Jagadpatidasananda.